Hey, what's up, team? Welcome to the channel, The Modern Creative, where we help you become a better producer. My name is Eddie Gray, and I want to talk to you about the 3 panning plugins that you absolutely need to take your mixing game to the next level. Now, there's a bunch of different topics to talk about here, but really let's just cover the idea of panning in general. Every DAW does it a little bit differently, but in Logic Pro we essentially have 2 forms of panning. We have stereo panning, which is true panning, and then we have the concept of balance panning. Now, this isn't a class on panning necessarily. I just want to make sure that you know that there are more options outside of that. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't mention the binaural panner, that's simply because that's for another format. So right now we're inside of balance panning, stereo panning. It's very two-dimensional. There are plugins in the marketplace, the first one of which is called GHZ Pan Pots, and this thing is a beast. It is by a company called Goodhertz, which is new to me, but I've been really enjoying their reverb plugins. They got a bunch of great stuff on their site, and I want to show you how this works. So let's listen to this basic idea here. Okay, now I want to take this arpeggio and I want to position it in the stereo spectrum, but not in a limited way. I need a tool to really help me define that position. Well, in comes Pan Pot 3. So you can enhance the depth and the width of the image here. It's really amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and pan this over to the left a little bit, and that will sound like this. So for those of you that are advanced, you can determine your pan law here on the right-hand side. But to me, this plugin really shines with the next 3 features, which is a delay, spectral, and phase parameter. And let's see what that does to the signal. Let's go. Okay, and for those of you that just need a clear example, I'm just going to basically leave the panning position along with the level, so that would be a basic balance pan, and I'm going to go back and forth between A and B. So A is with all the fixins, and B. So if we look at this image here in the middle of the interface, you can see that I'm determining exactly how I'm positioning this signal. Here we go. So again, we'll bypass one more time. So Premiere plugin, check out Goodhertz. Let's move to plugin number 2. All right, so for my next trick here, we're going to work on this basic piano. It kind of loses its focus and definition. Take a listen. It's kind of a weird idea. We've got this low register piano pan to the right. Take a listen. So it's basically sloppy. It's not done right. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up Pan Knob. This is by Boz Digital Labs, and this recently had an update, and it's very cool on several different levels. But let me show you how I like to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and I want to make sure that I turn on the crossover filter here. And what this is going to do is it's going to basically keep everything below 250 hertz or whatever your desired amount is in mono. So again, we can choose either balance or pan mode. Let me go ahead and stick to balance here, and I'm going to shift the piano over to the right channel, and all that middle information will stay where it's supposed to be. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fact check this in mono, make sure everything is mono compatible. Okay, so let's check this choice with the mix. I'm gonna bypass the plugin. Let's listen to the original. Again, it's barely there, and let's go ahead and turn this on. So that's a lot better, right? Let me go ahead and turn down this arpeggio that we fixed. But again, without. And then hear how we firmly position this in the mix. Boz Digital Labs. Check out Pan Knob 2, and let's move to plugin number 3. All right, so for plugin number 3, I'm utilizing this percussion part. Check it out. So this is very common in today's musical landscape. We take a sample from Splice or Arcade or any one of these services, and the stereo information has already been embedded into the file. In this case, we have a shaker on the right and then some kind of hi-hat on the left. All right, in comes Panna. This is by a company called Clevgrant. I believe that are located in Sweden. And this thing is fire on so many different levels. Let me go ahead and turn it on, and you can determine the size of the panning actions that you do. But here's why I love it. It allows you to basically take that information and then to kind of play with it. So I'm going to go ahead and pan over to the right and left. And you can hear that I am emphasizing or favoring the information on the right without necessarily cutting the information on the left. That wouldn't be possible with balance, because as you normally pan on the channel strip to the right, you're actually decreasing the information on the left. And here you get to control that. So for example, I'll pan over to the right. And then with the roll-off knob, I'll determine how much I want of that left signal, in this case, the hi-hat, to come in. Check it out. All right, just for reference before. Could be considered sloppy. Let's go ahead and clean up a bit. The idea is that you just basically get to really have control over these panning decisions. A couple of more things that you can do here is determine the crossover filter. You can also check in mono here as well. But let me go ahead and pan this over to the left, bring over the crossover filter. So it's amazing. It's like I have a filter on the left channel, and I'm able to basically filter it in and out. So right now we're listening to the percussion on the right, and then on the hi-hat, we're just using a filter to bring it in and out. Obviously, this can be used creatively, but it can also just be something that you use to fine-tune a mix. We need all the help that we can get in today's musical landscape. There is so much out there. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video on my favorite 3 panning plugins. Please support these companies. They are next level, and I'm super grateful that I get to be a part of this whole thing. Thank you for also supporting the channel. I've got a lot more content coming up. I'm not putting out as much content as I used to, and that's simply because I just have too many different projects at the moment. But I do salute you and I see you guys, so keep on fighting the good fight and you too will find your musical and creative path. My name's Eddie Gray. I'm signing out. I'll see you guys later. Take good care. Bye.